comprehensively with the challenge of food security in the world today, we must have an equally comprehensive roadmap to deal with the existential crises of our time, which we all face: the climate crisis, the COVID pandemic, and global conflicts. Your Excellencies, hunger has no nationality. Poverty does not care for the color of our skin. Viruses, bacteria, and infections do not recognize borders. Extreme temperatures, rising sea levels, and the threat of climate catastrophe do not recognize ethnicities. The wars of men, geopolitical strife and conflict have followed us throughout human history. They aggravate the challenge of poverty and hunger and create humanitarian crises in their wake. Conflict further divides humanity at a time when we need unity the most. The new generation look to world leaders to unite to meet the challenges of our time. Our generation expects unity. Where the existential threat of a new pandemic should have united humanity, instead, initially, we saw the politicization of science, disinformation campaigns, and domestic and international political rivalries poisoning the debate around our global response. We still need to come together in the face of a global health catastrophe to truly end this pandemic and ensure that vaccines and healthcare are a right and not a privilege. As things stand, the global health and economic impact of this crisis is still to be seen in its entirety. The climate crisis continues to pose an existential threat to the human race. History will record whether we met with the very real threat of extinction. Did our generation unite and meet the challenge, or did we allow our divisions to get in the way of our own survival? In terms of food security, the COVID pandemic and its economic consequences were indeed an unexpected shock. The climate crisis is an ever-increasing direct threat to food security. As I arrived from Pakistan, my home province of Sindh has recorded the highest temperatures on the planet, with Jacobabad hitting 50 degrees centigrade in April. These are not temperatures these are temperatures that we are used to seeing in the peak of summer, not in spring. We face an acute water shortage, and our entire country is currently suffering from drought. Our agriculture and food security are at risk, but we are also facing water insecurity as a result of the climate crisis. War and conflict in all its forms aggravates issues, distracts us from our common goals, and is a source of misery for people directly and indirectly affected. We call on humanity to unite to meet the challenge of food security, to rise to the challenges posed by existential threats like COVID and climate change. And we must rely on dialogue and diplomacy to resolve conflicts peacefully, so we can work together to ensure we feed humankind, so we can save mankind from the COVID pandemic, so we can save humanity in the face of climate change. United, we are certain to meet all of these and any other challenges in the future and emerge triumphant. Divided, we are destined to fall, destined to fail. My generation is looking towards the United Nations to deliver the peace we were promised, the peace we deserve. Thank you.
वजीर खारजः बलावल भट्टो जरदारी आलमी ग़िज़ाई तहफ़्फ़ुज़ से मुतालिक अक़वाम मतहदा के वज़ारती इजलास से खिताब कर रहे थे। उनका कहना था कि पाकिस्तान मौसमियाती तब्दीलियों से शदीद मुतासरा ममालिक की फहरिस्त में शामिल है। तहफ़्फ़ुज़ खुराक और तवानाई के चैलेंजेस से निपटने के लिए मिलकर काम करने के लिए पुरअज़्म है।
दुनिया भर को माहौलियाती तब्दीलियों और खुराकी किल्लत